hope all is well with everybody. Let me send out my shares really quickly and then we're going to get started. I hope you have an amazing Friday. Let me see. Mm-hmm. I felt like I pressed the wrong thing on accident. I was kind of nervous. All right. And I hope that y'all have an amazing day today. We're going to get started. Today, we're going to be talking about more into the hormone safety that we should be feeling in our body and how we calm the body naturally. Hi, Elle. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Why so many women don't feel safe in their body? Because this is the topic that we talked about yesterday, and I feel like it really hit home. Thank you for the heart puff. I really appreciate it because too many women cannot and do not feel safe in their own body. And the reason why that a lot of women don't feel safe is because we don't take a moment to listen. We have symptoms, we have signs that come and they tell us whether you're not getting enough rest, whether you're bloated, whether you're having an issue with your nervous system, your brain, with anxiety and depression, whatever is going on, there are signs from our body to let us know that we are overworked and we are tired, and that when you are constantly feeling fatigued, you are never able to relax. You are never able to have a moment of calm. Even when you are relaxing, when you are taking a break, when you are giving your body exactly what you know it needs, which is rest, you still have that anxiety and that thing weighing over you saying, well, you haven't done this, you have to do this, or listing off a whole bunch of different tasks of what you're going to do in between today, tomorrow, and the next day after you rest, right? And this puts your body in burnout. You are constantly in a state of feeling unsafe, feeling uncomfortable, constantly not being able to trust your symptoms or trust what your body is trying to tell you. And when your body can no longer trust you or cannot fully trust you, and you fully can't trust your body because you don't know how to listen to the symptoms and the signs coming from your body, it's giving you signals of hunger. You're ignoring it or you're complaining about it and you're just suppressing it. It's giving you signals of fatigue, letting you know that you need to rest, and you're ignoring it and you're pushing through. You're out of rhythm, so then it's now giving you anxiety and you're sitting here trying to push through. This conversation is for the women who are sitting here not feeling safe, not feeling grounded, and know that their hormones are suffering. You know the fact that your body has not been supported the way that it should be, and it's not being supported fully. And a lot of women are not realizing that it's deeper than just estrogen and progesterone separately, but a lot of women are not understanding the balance between their estrogen and their progesterone, and how progesterone is impacted, and how it's supposed to be your calm, your healthy hormone and safe. But when you don't have that balance, when you don't have that support with your progesterone, you're not going to feel safe within yourself. Let me wipe off my camera really quickly because I see something on it and I think there's something on my camera. 1 second. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So we're going to talk about progesterone because progesterone is not specifically just progesterone. We're going to talk about just progesterone right now. Progesterone is not just a reproductive hormone. Progesterone is something that comes from your hormones giving you signals to say, hey, we're balanced. When you're in a comfortable body, you're feeling contained, you're feeling steady, you're having that rhythm. You're able to hear your body, to trust your body, to your body's able to rest, it's able to exhale, it's able to feel comfortable, it's able to release unhealthy things, release toxins, keep your mind right, keep you out of anxiety, and it's able to overall keep you balanced. But when you are not in this space and you are overriding the symptoms that you're having, you're overriding your body saying it needs rest, you're overriding your body saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel calm. You are never going to be able to be in a rhythm with yourself, to be grounded, to feel safe. A lot of women are praised for pushing past their boundaries. You push past your hunger. You push past your fatigue. You push past your intuition. You push past your cycles, or you keep pushing through your cycles. Let me rephrase that. And so when you are sitting here in a space where your body is hungry and you're ignoring it, or you're trying to suppress your hunger by telling yourself, well, I just ate, so I'm not hungry, even though you don't have enough nutrition. When you're sitting here not listening to the body's intuition, you're not listening to the fatigue, your body may be telling you that you're tired and you need rest, but your body is saying, well, I have to do this 30-piece different art project for my child. On top of that, I have to do work. On top of that, I have to clean up, I have to cook. And you're going and listing all the different things instead of taking a moment and doing 10 minutes of rest that'll help you be able to do all of those things and create a path for you to do all those things. And then you're wondering why it's taking you 5 hours to do 2 hours of work. You're wondering why you have so much anxiety. You're wondering why you're depressed. It's because you're literally not giving your body exactly what it's asking for. But this is not your fault. We're rewarded for hustle. We're rewarded for being on urgency all the time, to have that adrenal gland discomfort, to have high cortisol. We are rewarded to be burnt out. And as a woman, this is the reason why millions of us have hormonal imbalances. It's not just because women are hormonally imbalanced because we have a cycle and our hormones are going to fluctuate and they're going to be imbalanced, so you can never predict them. That's why we have PMS, right? No, in reality, it's because we are taught to thrive in a male-dominated space. Hustle culture is a male-dominated trait. You sitting here with a high cortisol is not healthy for anybody. But the reason why we suffer so much from high cortisol is because our bodies are not designed to be on go 24/7. And the sign is right there, because a lot of women are dealing with high estrogen and high progesterone, but they only catch your high estrogen. When you go to the doctor, you're complaining about all your symptoms because they mimic high estrogen. But we all know this is for women. Even if you've been pregnant, you haven't. I haven't been pregnant. I don't have any kids, but I know this as well. Pregnancy, not only obviously progesterone is going to cause you to not have a cycle, but pregnancy itself also mimics estrogen dominance in a way. Because when you think about the way that your hormones fluctuate, your cravings are tailored. When you think about how the body reacts while you are pregnant, it's the same kind of symptoms that will happen if you are having issues with your progesterone or if you are pregnant. So it's very hard for them to pinpoint when you're having a thrown off progesterone without them doing some type of blood work. So when you're going in and you're complaining about the symptoms that you're having and they're mimicking estrogen dominance or they're mimicking pregnancy and they're asking you about your last cycle, they're asking you when the last time you menstruated, and you're telling them, oh, it was a week or 2 or 3, however many, and they know, and you know it's in the timeline of you not being pregnant, or they're asking you if you've been active. Boom, they've already ruled it out. It's not progesterone because you're not pregnant. So you should be fine. It's estrogen. And they jump over to estrogen. But they never ask you about the calm within your body, your hormones being calm, your energy. They never ask about the bloating. They don't ask about the different things that would line up with you having progesterone dominance, PMSing. Because it's deeper than just I have a cycle and my hormones are all over the place. Do you realize that PMS is something that we have given a title to, but it's not an actual diagnosis that is accurate? Because we say we're PMSing, premenstrual syndrome, because we all have hormone, or not all of us, but majority of women have hormonal imbalances that are tailoring them every single month to being chaotic. But there are a lot of women who don't deal with that as well. They've never had a cramp. They don't deal with PMSing. And that is not just because you have the luck of the straw and yours was terrible. Your luck of all the draw was terrible. It's because you have a hormonal imbalance that has not been solved. You have a sign from your body to let you know you have not been eating enough nutrients. Maybe you haven't been going to the bathroom correctly or enough. You're inflamed, you're bloated, you're exhausted. Your cycle is going to be unpredictable. It's going to be heavy. These are signs that PMS gives you, because PMS, tenderness, it's showing you that you have too much estrogen. You sitting here dealing with the bloating, inflammation. Bloating is from inflammation. You being exhausted, inflammation, bloating. Heck, it could be a number of different things. The foods that you eat or the lack of nutrients in general in the foods. Because either if you're eating terrible or you're not getting enough nutrients, it can cause exhaustion, fatigue. Feeling like you can't relax and you can't sleep during certain phases of your cycle where you're supposed to be resting. Because you don't want to be laying down. You don't want to be lazy. A lot of women don't feel like themselves, or they never have actually felt calm within themselves, because you are not understanding the physiology of yourself, because you're not taught these things. As women, we are not taught that PMSing is something to understand and to recognize and to change. We are taught it's a weakness that you have to be able to get over, because you're going to have your hormones fluctuate and you got to go to work tomorrow. So when you have an attitude with everybody, now you're saying, oh, I'm just PMSing, I'm sorry. No, realize you have a hormonal imbalance and your body is literally speaking through you with your actions. You're waking up and you're trying to figure out why you have an attitude out of nowhere. And then you're like, oh, I'm PMSing. That's the reason why. No, you probably went to bed and didn't give yourself enough nutrients. And now you've woken up. Your organs have worked all night. You're fatigued. You're irritated because you have to go to work. You're uncomfortable already. Like, it's a combination of factors. It's a domino effect that we are not taught. Progesterone needs the safety of your habits. It does not need you to force it into being healthier. So the surgeries that they're recommending, the prescriptions that they're recommending, you're trying to force something to happen that won't happen. Because progesterone rises within the body when it feels safe, when it feels like you can soften and you can relax. So now your blood sugar will stabilize. You'll have nourishment from all the foods that you're eating. So then now your nervous system can trust you. Your digestive system can trust you. Your immune system will be built up. You'll have a rhythm with your cycle syncing with the foods that you eat. You'll have a rhythm with your body. It'll start showing you different routes of which way you should go when it comes to you getting up and getting moving. Not necessarily having to go to the gym, but getting up and getting moving. Because I don't necessarily like saying working out, because working out, everybody's like, yeah, I love going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym. But I can tell you, as somebody who has been plant-based for 5 years, I was over 200 pounds. I couldn't get under 190. And now here I am in the same weight and been holding the same weight, which I don't know exactly what it is right now, but the lowest I've been is 160. The highest I've been is 170s. I have not been over 180s the entire 5 years that I have been plant-based. It's the food. When you're skipping meals, or whether you're eating 3 meals plus snacks, when you do not have nourishment inside of your food, your body is suffering. So when you're skipping meals thinking that you're doing a healthy fast, because this is what we're taught, right? Fasting is good for you. But they don't tell you the fact that you're supposed to set your body up for a fast, or if you're already in a high cortisol state, you're making the body panic. So when you are already in a high cortisol state and you think that you're going to skip breakfast and lunch and then you're going to go all the way to dinner, and that's when you're going to break your fast and you're going to eat, knowing that you didn't eat good last night, knowing that you didn't give your body any nourishment yesterday, or that you think eating healthy is just eating a salad and it's the most bland salad, your body is thinking that you are fighting for your life and you don't have enough food. You don't have enough nourishment. So now all it's going to do is just start holding on to things. That's a dangerous place to be in. Unless you are literally fasting for days on end, you're doing yourself more of a disservice than just eating the meal. Because fasting for one singular day and then going back and eating the crap, or even just for 12 hours and then going back and eating the crap, is making your body not trust you. There's a reason why I think you have to fast for 3 to 4. I think it's 4 days for your complete system to be flushed out, but 3 days for sure for your digestive tract to reset itself, for your pH in your gut to reset itself, for your digestive tract to be completely cleared. And majority of the time when you are doing a fast and you're doing it effectively and correctly, majority of the time the parasites won't be living by the end of that fast as well. I did a watermelon cleanse for 3 days straight. So it was just watermelon, nothing else. I just had watermelon for 3 days. And the way that I felt afterwards, I was sick beforehand. And when I say like I didn't take any prescriptions, because they would have had me on some type of cream, prescription, everything that they possibly could have thrown at me, they probably would have gave me, because I didn't even go to the doctor. I did a watermelon fast for 3 days. Didn't have to go to the doctor. Felt perfectly fine. And not only did I feel perfectly fine, I felt great afterwards. I felt amazing. I felt light. I felt healthy. And it's all because when you live in a place of chronic stress, like I was at that time, chronic stress, whether it's physical stress from your body being impacted, or mental stress from outside factors or internal factors from what you're eating, because your gut and your brain are directly connected. So if your gut is off, the pH in your gut, it's going to throw off your brain. You're not going to digest correctly, which is also going to throw off your brain. And then on top of that, I emotionally ate. I used to be an emotional eater, like all get out. And then I'm running off of cortisol, high cortisol every single day. My body interpreted danger. That's all it could hear was danger. You're in danger. And my body reflected that. When I got sick, it reflected that. And my first thought was, oh my goodness, they're going to start putting me on all these prescriptions and I'm about to go to the doctor. But then I realized I wasn't making myself feel safe. My body was sensing danger. I was on survival mode and I had hormonal imbalances like out the buku. Because I think this was probably a year into me being plant-based. I want to say I feel like it was. If not, it was the second year, because it was like so random when it happened. I feel like it might have even been the second year, because I had been healthy, but I had a really, really bad month. And like, I wasn't even eating terribly, but I worked with kids. And if anybody knows the energetics of how negativity happens and how it works, it manifests and it grows. And when you're in a negative environment, when you're in a toxic environment, it's going to keep growing, it's going to keep manifesting. And so I wasn't making the connection that I was on survival mode. And when you are on survival mode, it's never just one thing that is being impacted. It's never just one habit. It's never just one thing that makes everything go to crap. It's a full connection of the slowdown and breakdown of your body. Because, like I said, progesterone and estrogen aren't two things that are separate. The progesterone issue or imbalance isn't going to go away magically on its own. Neither is estrogen dominance, and they're not separate things. Majority of the time, both of them are high. Just one of them is higher. One of them is making itself more known than the other. And a lot of people don't understand that, and how it affects the system, how it affects your internal organs, how your organs are giving you symptoms or signs, or what you do to impact those organs, which causes imbalances with your hormones. Because, for instance, when your pancreas is having issues regulating your blood sugar because of the things that you eat on a regular basis, this is going to cause you to have cortisol spikes. Because when your body's trying to push out so much sugar to compensate the issue that you're having going on, you're suppressing your body's progesterone. Because it's high cortisol, you don't need to get pregnant. That's the last thing it's worried about, is getting pregnant right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an imbalance with our progesterone for right now. And then the liver has to work overtime, because for women who were like me, who had estrogen dominance, the liver is storing your estrogen there, because your brain goes, we'll send it to the liver will figure out what to do. And the liver is holding on to that because it's expelling the foods that you eat every day, the products that you use on your skin, because a lot of people don't understand how toxic your products are. Your body wash, your laundry detergent, your shampoo, your conditioner, like literally everything that you are washing your body down from head to toe has chemicals in it. How do you think that's impacting your body? Thank you for the heart me and the likes. I really appreciate it. And then your liver is having to try to compensate and detoxify, because anything that comes in contact with your skin is absorbed within 20 seconds of contact. So think about the full picture of what your liver has to go through to detoxify you every single day. And then your brain goes, well, we're going to send all this extra estrogen straight down to your liver as well. And the liver goes, well, I'm going to have to hold on to something. So then it starts moving things to your fat cells. And do you see, for my women who have like PCOS and endometriosis, why it's so difficult for you to lose weight, and why you're so inflamed inside of that area around your lower belly, around your gut? Why it's so inflamed, why you're in so much pain? It's because literally it's starting to send it to your fat cells so that you can stay alive, so it can still keep doing what it needs to do on a daily basis. A lot of people eat to fill instead of fueling their body. You have to use food as your medicine. And so when you are not supporting the liver and detoxifying, and it's inflamed and it's overwhelmed, this is going to impact and affect your hormones. It's going to affect how your body is cleared out on a regular basis. So food is the number one problem that a lot of people are not putting two and two together. You're eating crap, and your gut is struggling to compensate, to digest, to absorb nutrients properly. All of this is being compromised. Over 70% of your immune system is inside of your gut. Think about how many people are sick now. Think about how many people are complaining about flu season every single year. Oh, I get the flu every year. I have to go take a shot. No, you don't. Your gut is poor. And I'm so serious. This is no shade, no tea. Your gut health is poor. The reason why people get so sick is because their gut health is poor. I have always had a strong gut. Even before I went plant-based, my gut was strong. I rarely got food poisoning. Like, I didn't really ever get sick. I didn't throw up. So that was something that transferred to me being plant-based, which is absolutely amazing to me. But as I started to talk to more people, growing up in general in life, and learning how weak people's stomachs were, and then I learned the connection between people's pH in their stomach and how impactful it is in your immune system with this pH, how they combine together and they're supposed to work together. Now I understand why so many people get stomach bugs, why so many people get sick. People can't even be in the same room as somebody else with a stomach bug without catching it. I cared for children. Stomach bug running through the room, in and out. I never had a stomach problem. I never got a stomach bug. I was not, I think I got sick maybe one time. And the only reason why is because I literally had direct contact with some child sneezing in my face. And I had nothing that I could do about it. Like, it was literally like I'm holding somebody, mouth is open, I got sneezed on. And I think that was probably the only time out of the 2 years that I had been working there that I got sick by these children. And this is, like I said, I was there, I think, 2 years into me being plant-based, maybe 2.5, something like that. It's about the foods that you eat. When you are not getting enough nutrients in the foods that you're eating, whether you're eating processed foods or you're not eating enough food, because a lot of people are strict and blame themselves for being hungry, and you're not even eating enough on a regular basis. It's like a piece of black thing on here, and I'm trying to get it off, but I can't. When you are limited on nutrients, progesterone depends on a lot of these nutrients that you are not getting. And so then now, guess what? Your brain is pumping out panic signals because, like I said, your gut and your brain are directly connected. Thank you for the repost. I really appreciate it. And the share in the live, guys. And so now you're going through this full plethora. Thank you for the follows. Of now you're in a constantly stressed out state. Your adrenal gland is now sitting here sending out cortisol at a high level. And this is your dominant place. This is the main place you are in, which is stress. And so when you are sitting here having to compensate with stress hormones, now you're taking from your progesterone. Now you're taking from your healthy hormones. Now you're taking from your body, trying to fix the problem that you're causing with food. And so then now, because your brain is pumping out all this cortisol, it's telling your adrenal glands to panic. So guess what? Now you're having anxiety. Now you're sitting here dealing with the fact that you can't sleep. Now you're overthinking. Now you have depression. Now you're having panic attacks. You've literally thought yourself into a panic attack now. All because we started at the top of the fact that we are not supporting our full system. Breaking down our estrogen, breaking down our progesterone, and it's breaking down each other organ. But when you give yourself a space to feel calm, you won't feel like you're having an out-of-body experience and that your body is turning on you and that it hates you. But understanding that it's within your own body that you should be finding the answers. Your symptoms are a solution because this is the root. You can find the root by your symptoms. Not just, oh, my gut is off, so I need a gut supplement. But understanding that you need to get back to yourself by learning what the body is asking you to do, making a change, learning why diet culture doesn't work. But in reality, it actually makes things a lot worse than just helping. Because diet culture teaches you not to trust your body. It teaches you to ignore your hunger, override your hunger, and then talk crazy about yourself when you're hungry. It teaches you to fear eating actual food, because they give you all this junk on Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers, or a small little portion that you cannot sustain and live off of as an adult. These are children portions. You're sitting here chasing stimulation instead of stability in diet culture, because that's what it is. Constant stimulation. Ooh, I lost 5 pounds in 5 days. I look amazing. Keep going. These short-term little things that are not sustainable. It's not a long-term thing of, okay, you lost 5 pounds in 5 days, and now here you are 20 days out, and you've lost 20 pounds, and you're also eating healthier, and you're feeling lighter. But instead, you're 20 days in, 20 pounds down, and you're starving. You're thinking about all the foods that you can't eat. And over time, you think that this equals health, but over time, what happens is you're gaining more weight. You're not being able to trust your body. You have no rhythm. It's just straight randomness. Maybe I'm going to eat right now this week. Next week, I'm not. And then you're sitting here in a space that punishes you for being hungry. It punishes you for having natural reactions. So how do you think the body is going to trust you if every time that it growls and it gets hungry, you're looking back at it and going, you shouldn't be hungry right now. I don't think you should be hungry. I think this 1,000-calorie meal for today, it should be enough. Knowing that that wasn't enough for your body and you're still hungry. Half of y'all don't eat enough vegetables. Half of the adults that I in general talk to don't even drink water. Y'all barely be eating fruits. And then you're wondering why you're constantly having to sit here and deal with the fact that you're throwing off, your body's thrown off to the point of being sick. You cannot heal in a space where it cannot trust you. The body cannot trust you. Your body has never settled down. So instead of sitting here trying to chase trends, whether it's keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, cutting out carbs, chasing and counting calories, and let's start understanding how to make the body feel comfortable and to learn how to heal from the inside out. Learn why so many women don't feel safe within themselves. Understand the impact and learn how each symptom that you have is coming from a place, and you have to find the root of where it's coming from. Learning that when your internal systems are feeling unstable and they cannot trust you, at this point, you are having the body break itself down. When your organs are worked overtime every single day, when your body is not betraying you, first of all, but it's communicating to you and you're ignoring it, you are slowly breaking yourself down. So then your organs are going to work more hard, and then they're going to break themselves down, and you're going to get older, and you're going to blame yourself for being old. Oh, you're just older. You're just aging. This is what happens when you get older. But no, when people start taking care of themselves from early on, even later in life, because it's never impossible to take care of yourself, nor is it never too late. It's a matter of knowing the method. It's not about controlling everything that you do and having all this full control and having all the motivation, but it's about using food as fuel and having a plan for the days that you don't prepare for all hell to break loose. Because let's be honest, it's about the information that you feed your body, because food is information. Food is fuel, and fuel gives you plenty of gas to go. But when you're fatigued, you have no fuel. When you don't have the right information to code, now you're sitting here stuck. And that stuck looks like bloating. It looks like you now sitting here gaining weight that you don't know where it came from. When you eat a meal that tells your body, hey, this is nutrients. Feels good. It doesn't have to stay on high alert. It doesn't have to work overtime. It doesn't have to work all throughout the night to keep you alive. But instead, it finally goes, my blood sugar is stabilized. My liver's detoxified. My gut feels great. I'm getting enough fiber, right? It's telling you that I'm getting enough minerals. So now my nervous system, my immune system, all are built up. You're consistent. So guess what? Consistency builds trust. And now your body's able to trust you again. So guess what? Now your estrogen, now your progesterone are balanced. This doesn't mean that you need to restrict and you need to eat the most random things of eating all salads and the blandest salads, and learning what helps you not be in chaos. This is the way. Learning that when it looks healthy, majority of the time it's surface. And when I say when it looks healthy, majority of the time it's surface, look at all these gurus on TikTok. A lot of these gurus on here that are promoting to you, they're like, just eat the leanest meats, go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, do this, and I don't eat any sugar, and they don't do this. Well, majority of them are still dealing with cycle issues. A lot of the women, because they're promoting different things, and you'll hear it. Like, you can hear the subtle little lies that people will sell to you when they're not living up to the truth of what they're telling you, because majority of these gurus don't even work out according to their cycle phases. And you need to be as a woman. Like, I love watching women that are in the gym, because a lot of them are catching on to how you're supposed to operate according to your cycle phases. But the ones that are lying, that have had followers for however long, if they've come from YouTube or something, and they're trying to tell you that this is the way that you are able to get a flat tummy and a big behind in 3 days. Just telling a full lie. And then they're every single month suffering because they're not cycle syncing. It is so important to balance your hormones on your health journey and not just look good for the cameras or look good because you want to go on a trip. A lot of people cannot balance their hormones because they feel like that or at least they have the mindset around thinking that they're lacking willpower. But in reality, it's about structure. It's about the habits that you have. It's about understanding that you have to feel safe. And when you don't have that structure to make your body say, okay, this is, even if you stray away from it, but just to be able to say, this is how I start. This is what I eat. Around this time, this is what I need. More greens. I need more fiber. I need more water. I need more structure with this. Being able to pinpoint those is more than just you meditating out of high blood pressure. It's more than you just positively thinking yourself into a space of not having anxiety and depression. It's more than you just taking supplements because your iron is low. Structure is something that you can rely on. You cannot rely on a supplement to get you where you need to be with your health, because it does not completely change your habits. You need balance, overall balance that starts within the body so that externally you can reap the benefits. Knowing that as a woman, you have to integrate these things in your life with cycle syncing, not just jumping on Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers because you want to lose 10 pounds. Understanding that we're not going to keep dealing with the same symptoms. Whew. And learning how to change and implement change and to sustain the change. And so if you were looking for a space for you to be able to not only change and to keep and sustain that change, learn how to make your own plant-based meals, stabilize your blood sugar, support your liver and your gut, your pancreas, your kidneys, be able to rebuild nourishment within yourself, calm your nervous system, be able to rebuild trust within yourself, and restore your body using cycle syncing awareness and using your body in the way that it's intended, which is to be able to have that energy, to be able to flow through your life and then rest when you're supposed to, but using food as your medicine, not forcing your way into a healthy lifestyle, but actually giving yourself safety, giving yourself that foundation to be able to trust yourself. My Balanced Body program is going to be able to help you do this, because this is where I've helped myself get rid of estrogen dominance with all these tactics that I've used. The women that I've helped who have had progesterone dominance, who have had hormonal imbalances in general, weight fluctuation and weight gain, dealing with the fact that a lot of women are dealing with fatigue, different pain points. I had developed asthma. I had knee problems. My most recent client that I had, she was having different issues of neck pain, back pain, just random sporadic pains and headaches and migraines. I've helped so many women with headaches and migraines. And it's because of the lack of structure. I'm just going to be 1,000% honest. And so if you were looking for that, my Balanced Body program is ending next Monday, or this Monday, not next Monday, but this coming up Monday. So the 29th, it is ending this Monday. This is because I want to help the women who are already in my program, who have already signed up, and start them before the new year. I want to get everybody on the same basis. So that way, maybe we can have a collective of women in the group, depending on how they're feeling about coming together, or whether they just want to keep it separate and just have the one-on-ones with me. But it also helps with masterclasses as well, just so for when sometimes I don't post them here and sometimes I just have them for my program. But if I do decide to have the masterclass just for the program, I would like for the ladies to be in there and to be able to socialize and us have collective conversation for the ones that are just in the program, because it is exclusively tailored to women so that they can learn how to cycle sync and be able to balance their hormones. So if you are tired of operating in chaos and want to have calm, you want to stop guessing, you want to feel comfortable within yourself, to slow down, to stabilize your blood sugar, heal yourself from the inside out, be able to sustain all of this afterwards, and not just do a diet or where it's going to work today, maybe tomorrow, but by 3 weeks it's no longer going to be working anymore and you have to just switch it up, or you get tired and you're hungry and you quit. Your body is asking you for you to listen. That Balanced Body program is linked in my bio. You can go check it out. If you have any questions for me while I'm here, please ask any questions that you have. And if you do not have any questions, I will be back with you guys on Sunday. Any questions? And thank you guys for the likes, and really appreciate it for all the follows and the gifts. You guys are absolutely amazing. We have hit our next follower goal, which is absolutely amazing. We just keep growing, keep expanding. So my goal is to, I don't know when we'll be back on like Instagram or Facebook or anything. My goal is to get back on other social medias when we hit some more milestones on here on YouTube and on YouTube. Excuse me, but we're hitting some pretty good numbers over here as well as on YouTube. So if you have not checked out my YouTube, go check out my YouTube. Go look at the videos on my Purge the Poison playlist and etc. Thank you for the follows. And also, if you're watching this later on, don't forget to drop any questions that you have in the comments and subscribe. If you are here on TikTok now and you want to catch any of my past lives, please go check that out. They are on my YouTube. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you for the follows. And if you have not joined my email list is also linked in my bio. You can go check that out. The email list is going to be able to give you free content, plenty of free information that I have researched and I have studied. My dog is going crazy. I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to hop off and I'm going to go get her. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. And peace, y'all. I'm out.